We are live on YouTube.
Thank you, Kat.
Okay, great. Good evening. I'd like to call to order the Development Review Commission meeting of March 17th, 2025. And admin, please call the roll.
Chair Lindstrom,
Present.
Vice Chair Leek,
Present.
Commissioner Bates,
Present.
Commissioner Mino,
Here.
Commissioner Sangri,
Here.
and Mr. Dews is still off, but he might join later.
Thank you very much. Is there any changes to the agenda we need to bring up? No changes. Do we have a council liaison present this evening?
Not this meeting, but on April 7th, we'll be inviting him.
Okay, great. With that, we'll move into item number 3, which will be the minutes. So first we'll need to so the minutes for February 19th, 2025. Are there any questions or revisions needed?
I'll move acceptance of the minutes.
I second.
Thank you. Okay, admin, can you please call the roll?
I think
Sangri, Sangri,
Yes.
sorry. O'Connor, oh, he's absent still, sorry. Dews, Bates,
I am abstaining because I was gone on the 19th of February.
Leek,
Yes.
and Lindstrom.
Yes.
Five zero.
Thank you. Then
I
we'll
don't
move
think I was, sorry. I don't think I was called.
No, I don't think you were, now that you say that.
I'm sorry, Mino.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, and I also heard Commissioner Bates abstaining, so it would be 401.
Thank you, Mr. Boone. Okay, then the next within item number 3 will be approving the minutes for March 3rd, 2025. Are there any questions or revisions needed?
I actually have a question. I abstained from voting at that meeting, but attended the meeting. Am I able to approve the minutes, or do I need to abstain from that? This is for Mr. Boone.
Yeah. You can approve minutes even if you haven't attended the meeting. It's not like a quasi-judicial decision where you need to have reviewed the record in order to vote. So you can review and approve minutes based upon any information you think is relevant, which could be other commissioners, which could be your knowledge and experience with how the minutes have been transcribed accurately in the past, et cetera. So when you actually abstain, that counts as a no vote. For purposes of whether it passes by a majority of those present. Okay.
Oh, I will vote.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes of March 3rd, 2025.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Admin, please call the roll.
Sangri,
Yes.
O'Connor is still not present, sorry. Bates,
Yes.
Leek,
Yes.
Mino,
Yes.
Lindstrom.
Yes.
So 5-0.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to item number 4. So we'll move into the findings for LU 24-0036 /AP 25-01. This was a request for a modification of LU 23-001 an RP district wetland redelineation, and further adjustments to the RP district's 50-foot protected riparian area, also known as a PRA. The site is located at 13580 Goodall Road. The staff coordinator was Ellen Davis, senior planner. Are there any questions or revisions that need addressed on the findings for LU 24-036/AP25-01?
And I have the same question on this. Mr. Boone, am I able to approve or not?
Well, I think you did not vote at the prior meeting
Correct.
because you hadn't reviewed the record, so you would not be able, you would be abstaining on this matter.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions?
I have a general question that I'll direct to our two senior staff people. And I'm sure other commissioners spend a considerable amount of time reviewing a findings like this or a tentative. And in reviewing all of that information, I run into all sorts of detail. For example, the reference to a particular code that is parenthetically noted in the report. I must admit, I don't go back and check all of that, but my question is this. What procedures, Ms. Hasty this, what procedures are followed in reviewing a report like this by your staff? How much checking is done? That's question number one. And question number two is, what happens if an error, for example, a misreferencing of a code or something, what happens if such a discovery is made after the commission has passed this on to city council? So questions that are basically asking, what's the quality control on the reports that we are reviewing?
So if you're talking about the original staff report and the follow-up staff memos, or you're talking about the findings?
Specifically about the findings.
If there's an error that you see, then we're happy to correct that. These are draft findings, so we can correct that. The minutes are not word for word, and there may be a transcription error here and there. Kat does review them. I also review them. In this case, Ellen Davis also reviewed them. I will say I look more for content and clarity and make sure that the minutes jive with my recollection of the hearing.
Right.
I'm not too specific about code references because those are a part of the staff reports and staff memos.
That's, I think, what his question was regarding the staff reports, not the minutes.
Well, the findings.
The findings. He wanted to know how accurate are they?
Yeah, sorry, I was talking about minutes, wasn't I? The findings are drafted by staff. They're reviewed by Evan Boone, Deputy City Attorney. I also review them. So a lot of points, the findings are copy and paste from earlier writings. So it's unlikely that there is an error in the actual code citations. But again, the record is pretty clear, and we would look to the staff reports and the staff memos in order to establish which code criteria is meant to be referenced if there is an error. But if you do find one, let us know and we can correct the findings.
Yeah, I think I'm more concerned, and I appreciate that, and frankly expect that that's the kind of quality control that you would put on. But what would happen, and I'll ask Attorney Boone, what would happen if after we had approved it, prior to going to council, or after council had approved it, and someone who was distressed with the conclusions discovered that there was an error in the report that we had all missed? Does that pose any problems for us in correcting that in the future? It doesn't invalidate the work we have done, does it?
Well, I'll answer that conclusionary question right now. No, it does not invalidate the work that you've done. The requirement for the code is for you to set forth your reasoning as to whether or not the criteria is met. And when we make references to relevant code sections relative to the criteria, I mean, that kind of sets up what your statements are then analyzing. And to the extent there might be a misreference, and like sometimes 5005 might be typed 50.50, a typographical error, something like that. That's no big deal. You can certainly look at the context, and the council and the Land Use Board of Appeals would look at the context for obvious errors like that and see whether or not the statements that are being made address the criteria. I mean, that's the important part. Okay, so I wouldn't worry about the little tiny typographical errors type of references there. It does happen. It does get multiple reviewed, but these things do happen. But more importantly is we've cited what the criteria is. And so then we have a statement that follows from that as to how it addresses that criteria. And so the code references aren't that important given the fact that we have identified the language that's being analyzed.
Yeah, good. Thank you very much. Well, that's what I expected, and it's nice to be reassured that that is the case. Thank you.
Commissioner Sangre, I've never gotten that question before, so I'm wondering, was there a context for your question? Did you find an error? Or?
No, I just not in anything to do with this commission or the city of Lake Oswego, but I've been involved in situations where a mistranscription or a typo or whatever became the basis for some contrary litigation, and I just wondered whether we were at all vulnerable.
Got it.
In our work. That's all.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Good question.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any more questions or comments on the findings?
I will move approval of the findings.
Thank you.
I second that motion.
Okay, thank you. And admin, please call the roll.
Sangre,
Aye.
Bates,
I am abstaining.
Leek,
Yes.
Mino,
Yes.
Lindstrom,
Yes.
401.
Great. Thank you so much. Moving right along here, jumping right into item number 5, the schedule review and management update.
Yeah, before I get started, I think Mr. Boone has an announcement for the commission.
Oh, with a drum roll. After 26 years, I'm both saddened and pleased to announce that this will be my last commission meeting. It's been quite a ride, and I actually enjoy the DRC meetings because it's the kind of stuff I do. But I will be retiring at the end of this month. So I appreciate working with all the commissioners, both past and present, and look forward to watching you on YouTube in the future.
Glutton for punishment. I just want to say, right. Sorry, Commissioner Leek, if you wanted to say something.
Is there a replacement?
Oh,
you're replaceable.
Yeah, you're right. Good point. Ellen Osenach, the city attorney, will be filling in for my position for the commission in the future until she decides who she wishes to have fill the position. So she's kind of pinch hitting. When the previous city attorneys retired, I was pro tem and did both the council and the commission. So it's certainly doable. It's not pleasurable, but it can be done. So she'll do that for a little while, and then I'm sure there'll be another person in my place. So if any questions arise that you need to contact the city attorney's office about, that would be to contact Ellen.
Was this in any, excuse me, was this in any way colored by the legal suit brought by this developer against the city?
No comments?
No. No, we have been around. This is not the first rodeo for this developer.
Evan, you have been a delight and a professional. I can't tell you when I have worked with someone in your position that has given me the confidence and the support that as a member of the commission, I appreciate it. And I just want to
thank you very much.
thank you very much. You were great.
Thank you.
Attorney Boone, are you retiring or are you going on to something different?
Oh, I'm retiring.
Gonna go fly
20
fishing?
Well, I don't do that. I go hiking.
Well, the planning department is devastated and also very grateful for the past 26 years that Mr. Boone has been working with us. I've worked with him for 20 years, and he has definitely upped my game and provided a tremendous amount of support. And honestly, we're all just sort of scrambling to figure out how to survive without him. So if we are a little disheveled and discombobulated in the coming months, that is why. So, all right. Well, again, congratulations to Mr. Boone. I'm going to go into the rest of the management updates unless there are any other questions or comments. Okay. So on April 7th, 2025, we do have a public hearing. It is for LU 24-0033. It's for a quadplex of 4-unit middle housing project in the Downtown Redevelopment Design District. The notice of public hearing should go out a little bit later this week. And then the staff reports and all the exhibits and public comments, if there are any, will be available 10 days prior, just like normal. I was talking to you all about a presentation about historic preservation standards. That has not gelled into a specific date yet. Like I said at the last meeting, the urgency is a little lessened. So I'm going to work with Associate Planner Paul Espy and try to get that on the books. But there are a lot of things pressing on people's time. So more to come on that one. For the tree code update, I know that people are interested in that. I still don't have a definite framework for public engagement, and I don't have a time, but I believe that the Community Development Director is working on the request for proposals. Can you confirm that, Mr. Boone? If they've opened that up, or they're going to, or?
Well, I have just I've just looked at the request for proposals, so it's in the solicitation stage.
Okay, yeah, so we will work to find a consultant and then from there figure out the scope and public engagement and all of that. So I will keep you updated. I also wanted to remind everyone that June is the end term for a number of our commissioners, 3 of our commissioners. That is Commissioner O'Connor, Commissioner Sangre, and Commissioner Dews. The recruitment or application recruitment phase opens up on March 31st and it goes through May 13th, according to the city manager's office. And that is open to anyone who wants to look at any of the boards or commissions that we have. Obviously, if you are a current DRC member, your term is up, you're welcome to apply for reappointment. Nothing else. I think I sent you out an email maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago about that. Nothing has changed. I don't have any more definite dates, but April 14th is, I think they got that date wrong. Yeah, I'm just going to do a quick edit there. I think the application submittal timeframe is March 31st to April 13th, not May 13th, because week of April 14th, there's an information session, and I think some of you attended that, where you can come to an open house and talk to people who staff the board or commission that you might be interested in. May 26th is the week of the interviews, and then from there, decisions are made at the council on June 17th, with a reception and orientation on June 24th, with the new terms to begin on July 1st of 2025. So a little bit of change possibly coming to the DRC. I have heard from a couple that they are looking for reappointment, but not everyone. So we will see what we will see in June. Other than that, I don't have any other updates, but again, open to any questions. Yes, Commissioner Leek.
Do we have anything scheduled for April 21st?
We would have findings and minutes. Assuming that the public hearing on April 7th was concluded that evening, we would have adoption of findings on April 21st.
Thank you.
But so far, nothing else is coming up in the schedule as an actual public hearing. And we could also talk about doing it by Zoom if you're not going to be available in person, or on Zoom, we can look at quorums. Just let us know if you're going to be absent or not.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, it's getting moved 22 minutes. So it's
Nice.
pretty fast here. So before we move into adjournment, I do want to say congratulations to Mr. Boone. The short time we spent together, it has been invaluable to my education in the processes of the DRC, just the same way Commissioner Sangre put it, just been awesome experience.
Thank
You
you.
are appreciated and you will be missed. I do know that with that promotion to retirement, you will receive the perk of the world's longest coffee break. So please enjoy the coffee.
Does he even, Mr. Boone, do you even drink coffee? I don't think I've ever seen you drink coffee.
No tea, but sometimes.
Crazy person.
As
Whatever.
long as tea time.
Whatever
Tea
liquid,
break.
whatever liquid I choose.
So what special hikes are you gonna take? Himalayas, Machu Picchu?
No, no, Lord, no. I just continue on my little day hikes and backpacks, usually in the Pacific Northwest.
Do you have a dog?
No, I don't know that I'm going to get my cat to go hiking either.
They make those special backpacks. You can
I've
put your
seen
cat in
those
and carry them.
backpacks with cats in them. It's
Yeah, they're
bizarre.
very cute.
Yeah. Congratulations and enjoy.
Thank you.
Yes, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. And then with that, I will adjourn the meeting for the DRC meeting for March 17th, 2025. Thank you, everybody, and have a great evening.
Thank
Thank
you, everyone.
you. Bye.
I